Virus is everywhere, people. Virus is everywhere. And we need to be smart about it. And that's why it was really disturbing to me that in the aftermath of this World Series to hear that one of my favorite players in all of baseball and a friend of this program, he's been calling in for years. And a lot of baseball players don't call into radio shows and television shows. They just don't. Because they don't have to or they don't want to or what have you. But Justin Turner has called into this show. He's called into the show during playoffs after hitting home runs in the playoffs on his way to the stadium the next day. Giving of his time, giving of his charitable time in this city of Los Angeles. And he represents so much to so many Dodger fans. A self-made man. Not a high draft choice. Not a prospect that was in demand. Not a free agent that was in demand. But what he has built himself into here in Los Angeles, I know we're all talking about Clayton Kershaw finally getting that ring, but Justin Turner finally getting that ring is huge. I mean, in terms of position players that the Dodgers put out there every single day, he represents the Dodger blue for so many people in this town more than most. So when we find out that he was removed from the game in the eighth inning, which is odd. Why would you remove one of your best players? And certainly a guy that you want on the field to celebrate. I mean, if they're going to close this thing out in the way that Urias was dealing, you could see it. That the Dodgers were going to close this thing out. And certainly when Betts gave that extra insurance run with a home run in the eighth inning. You just knew it was happening. Felt it. Why would Justin Turner not be on the field? You find out he was removed from the game because he had tested positive for COVID-19. And my first thought was, how in the hell are tests not back, reported, buttoned up before anybody is allowed to take the field in a World Series game or any game? I mean, we hear about it in the NFL. It's not like somebody's been pulled from the third quarter of an NFL game. He's got COVID-19 because the tests come back now, day of the game. Everybody's clear. Go. Best we can tell, everybody's free of the virus on that field today. Go. And obviously we don't know about incubation periods. We're already hearing about this. This kid from Wisconsin might have been shedding the virus during the game last week. Yeah, we don't know. But that's my first thought is, how in the world is Major League Baseball not on top of this situation? I find out by reading about it that they're still sending their tests to the facility in Utah that, earlier in the season was getting it late and sometimes it was off, but everything had been running just fine in the playoffs, and it had been a couple months since a player tested positive for COVID-19 in baseball. So we're hearing it in a bubbled up environment that somebody has to be removed in the eighth inning of a World Series clincher? How is that possible? So that's what I'm thinking. And then, because it's time to put the kids to bed and we turn the television set off in our house. But I am trying to stay up to speed on things because I know I got to talk about it the next day. And I look down at my Twitter feed and I see people saying Justin Turner's out on the field celebrating. I'm like, that can't possibly be. Guy just tested positive for COVID-19. How's he out there? They're saying wearing a mask. And I'll be honest with you, the first thing I thought to myself was, I'm seeing all of the scientists and doctors out there on various forms of media saying that the mask is more effective than anything else. And that if they could choose, I heard even a doctor on CNN this morning say, if the doctor could choose between a vaccine that is only 75% effective and you're in the same room with someone with COVID-19, you could choose the vaccine or you could choose the mask. Doctor said, I'll choose the mask. That's the most effective thing you can do. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, because I like to think the positive in everybody. And I'm sitting there thinking, I totally understand why Justin Turner, this moment has been, this city's been waiting since 1988. He has represented this city more than anybody else since he's been in this city. His wife is there. I get it. How in the world is he going to sit in a room wondering if this has been a false positive or not. He could have been told to his face, no, it's been confirmed. You have it. You need to stay here. And then I thought to myself, I can understand why he wouldn't want to be there. But then I saw he took his mask off, and I'm thinking to myself, what in the hell is now happening? What in the hell is now happening? As he's sitting next to the World Series trophy that he rightfully called out the commissioner for calling a piece of metal when Manfred did not take the World Series championship away from the Astros, that the Astros won at the Dodgers' expense with what we believe nefarious means. As Turner was basically, it means more. And so I understand it means that much to him. Is he sitting next to his manager without a mask? And I'm thinking, oh my God, what the hell is happening? Dave Roberts, as we know, is a cancer survivor. And both of these guys have been on this show talking about the importance of a protocol and how important it is. And they understand the seriousness of this. But it's the spur of the moment, and they're all celebrating. And I'm looking at this photograph that's on the screen right here, which is the team all arm in arm celebrating the moment that they've all been waiting for. And this photograph, no doubt, will be a photograph that I pass by in Dodger Stadium the rest of my life as I take my kids to that stadium. Because I love taking them there, and they love going there, and I love baseball. And all I'll be thinking is, that guy was COVID positive sitting next to the trophy. And I hope I don't look at that photograph in a much different light if this is, in fact, a super spreader and other people get it and get sick and get hospitalized. And potentially, God forbid, even worse. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the hell isn't Major League Baseball basically telling Justin Turner, there's a car waiting for you, go home? Sorry, I know you want to be here with your teammates, but you can't. We have to be the adults in this room. You know, how the hell did that happen? I'm trying to be understanding of the situation. I'm trying to be. But you are a corporation in America, and I don't care if anybody out there is thinking the virus means nothing, we're rounding the corner, all this garbage that you're hearing right now, and it is garbage.
Yeah, it's not true.
It is garbage. The place where Major League Baseball is sending their tests, the state of Utah, is overrun by this virus right now. Hospitals, ICUs, overrun in that state of Utah. But at any rate, I'm trying to be understanding of it. But it is the most Major League Baseball thing, that a crowning moment that they should be proud of to get through the season that we didn't think was going to happen, and that I was one of many that was railing on baseball to get their you-know-what together to make it happen, because the NHL was making it happen, the NBA was making it happen, we all assumed the NFL was going to make it happen, that baseball couldn't be left behind, that they finally did make it happen, and here they were. We had the commissioner on Monday. Hey, you're getting set to hand out the trophy. How amazing is that? Would you have signed for it? Yes. How in the hell was the testing not buttoned up before the game? And how in the hell is a COVID-19 positive person, if you are a face front major corporation in America, and again, people think the virus might not be as bad or for real or whatever, you, if you are lucky enough, and I hope you are, to have a place to go to work, you try and go in an office and see how that works without a mask, without this, without... Everybody's got protocols. Fox News has protocols. Fox News has people who are telling you the virus isn't serious, broadcasting their shows from their house. How do you let somebody go on the field without a mask?